What's up, y'all? This is my first video, like long form content. I guess I've been uploading shorts, but I'm not fully used to just recording and sitting to pressing record and just talking to the camera. So bear with me, please. Most people hear discipline and think it takes away your freedom, but really it's the opposite. Discipline is like the only way to be free. Otherwise, your ego is gonna run all of your thoughts. Your ego is the part of you that tells you to check your phone, or to mess with that girl, or to not work. And that's not freedom, that's slavery to your urges. Your ego is the voice of instant gratification. And if you don't know what instant gratification is, chasing an immediate reward rather than waiting around for the long-term benefit. The ego is the side of you that will tell you just 5 more minutes scrolling, or just one more thing, or like just one more time, it won't hurt me. And the immediate reward in these cases are the dopamine that your brain gets instead of being bored. And the act of deciding or feeling like you don't want to be bored is an ego decision, or following your ego in itself. Your ego doesn't care about the future, it just cares about the right now, like the high you can get right now. The ego's voice is urgent and loud. Like, it'll tell you to, instead of cleaning your room, or to read a book, or to do your work, or do homework, whatever it may be, that you feel like just being on your phone, or just doing that one thing that keeps you in a loop, or gives you that dopamine, that non-boredom I just talked about. Because realistically, there's no reason for you to not want to do it other than feeling like you're above the productivity. And that's where discipline comes in. It's choosing to get the long-term benefit over the instant gratification I talked about earlier. So in the sense of when I said to clean your room, when you choose to clean your room instead of scrolling for hours, or binge watching TV, your favorite show, for however long, or playing video games until you have no time left, you end up gaining power because you're not letting your urges control you anymore. You're gaining freedom of what you actually want to be, not even want to be doing. You're gaining freedom in choosing what you should be doing over following what your urges are telling you to do. Every act of discipline is saying that you run your life, not your urges. Because once you start slipping into the loop of following all of your urges and just listening to whatever your ego tells you to do, it just makes you want more and more of it, and it's harder to get out. Discipline works in a way where the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. The less you spend your time following those distractions, or being on your phone, doing things that really aren't meaningful to your life, or your purpose, or your growth. You'll start falling in love with your own growth, and choosing to do things that grow you all the time rather than the things that just keep you where you are. And to gain this discipline, you don't move from a place of, you can't wait around for motivation. You need to choose to become, to gain the discipline, you need to choose to become a different person. It's a matter of identity. For me making these videos, it's not a matter of, I'm gonna make this video so I can get how many ever views or how many ever whatever. It's the fact of, in my mind, if I want to be a content creator, I'm gonna make videos because the content creator version of me would have already made the video. You get what I'm saying? I don't make my bed because it gives me whatever. I make my bed because that productive content creator version of me would have already made the bed. You get what I'm saying? And people think that freedom is just doing whatever you want, but that's not freedom, because that will be following your ego. Freedom is being able to choose what you do. For example, I know people who can't go past an ice cream store and not get ice cream. At that point, they see the ice cream, they see it says gelato, whatever it says. From that point on, it has them. They must have ice cream. They have no other choice. They're like, oh, but it's right there, And that's not freedom, because they're doing whatever they want. Yes, but do they even have the choice to not go and eat that ice cream? This applies for so many more things than just diet. It can apply to becoming out of character to mess with a female, or if you are a female, to mess with a guy. Even people going out of their character to do whatever things keep them in that loop of stagnation. If you don't know what stagnation means, it means staying the same, not growing. But I mentioned females because that's one of the main things that can hold back a strong man, or somebody with a lot of potential. They There's so many people who are held back because from that point, they see somebody, they see a female, and they must lose sight of their actual responsibilities, and they turn into a whole different person to where they're not even capable of following their responsibilities anymore. They completely lose the plot. Real freedom isn't choosing every path, it's mastering your freedom so you're not dragged down every path. So to now catch those ego loops, try to stop yourself before you're about to do something, or before you're gonna do something you don't know is aligned for your growth. And ask yourself, is this adding on to me for my growth, or is this gonna make me continue staying where I'm at? It's always either one of the two. You're always choosing between stagnation or growth. And normally, like I said, your ego is gonna be loud. It's gonna sound urgent, but your gut feeling or your intuition, whatever you may call it, it's always gonna be there. It's not gonna be loud, but it's gonna be there. It's not gonna be loud unless it's a life or death situation. But you can't deny it being there. You can't deny that feeling of, damn, I shouldn't be doing this thing. I shouldn't be scrolling for this long. I know I was supposed to do my homework hours ago. I know I was supposed to clean my room hours ago. I know I was supposed to take out the trash, whatever it can be. And once you choose discipline, you build momentum. Like, the more you choose it, the more it'll get, the more of a foundation you build to where it feels more habitual to do. And by building that habit, you'll find a fulfillment in the discipline because you'll know you're truly free. So to wrap this all up, discipline doesn't trap you, it frees you. When you win against your own ego, you stop being controlled and you start living on your own terms. To me, that's real freedom. Thank you again for joining me in this video. I hope this could have brought you some freedom. I'll see you in the next one.